Well, good evening and welcome to the Dennis Herrera Show on the go. We are not in a mobile office, we are not at our studio. We are on the out of the country bedroom studio. Anyway, if you guys are coming in, please make sure you say hello and tell me if you're doing good. I am, let me see, I think, oh wait, that's right. I need to make sure that this live is working. Need to check my phone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right. It is 9 p.m. I believe it's Central Time. I'm not sure. And I am the first viewer and the first like on my video. Happy Mac, how are you? Haley, welcome back to the chat. Mr. Robert, howdy. You know, Robert, I'm going to tell you something. I only came on because of you, my friend. And that is no lie because I'm over here with family and, we were talking, obviously, and, it took longer than I thought. So here I am. This is the studio. And interestingly enough, we actually ended up talking about illegal immigration and legal migration. I'm going to share something with you guys that before the libtards get in here, because they won't believe me. But I was talking with my brother, and my grown up brother here, the family here in Honduras. Good Pinder, welcome. And hey, Brian. And so I let my older brother talk, and it's very interesting that everything that I have told you guys about immigration and the illegal immigrants and this whole invasion and how Trump is doing this, my brother um, actually was saying exactly what I've been telling you guys. And I told him, I said, man, that's exactly what I tell people. He's like, well, I'm only telling you what's in my heart, what I see, and what I know to be true. And I said, brother, you are preaching to the choir. I said, that's exactly what I tell people. I was like, and they don't believe me, So here we are in Honduras. Bum Blue is actually excited that I got deported to Honduras. I'm going to give you guys a message, okay? I got deported to Honduras. Hey, Tanya. And I'm not mad at Trump. I think Trump is doing what every good president would do for their country. So I have no hard feelings that President Donald Trump deported me to Honduras. I think he's a fair man. He's an awesome president. And I am just so delighted that he was the one that bestowed the privilege of me being deported by President Donald Trump. So, with that being said, I want you guys, Cindy, stop running the joke, Cindy. So, being deported to Honduras is probably one of the best things that's ever happened to me. So, I'm excited. I didn't get out at all today. I just been talking with family here and with friends. Tomorrow, I'm not going to be doing anything either. My brother's going to go visit his in-laws, so I don't want to be there. I'd rather just be here, do my live in the morning. Maybe I'll go for a long walk and have some lunch. Maybe just kind of walk around until the next day, because the next day we're actually going to drive somewhere else in the country. We're trying to decide if we want to go south or east in Honduras. Thank you, Bum. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I know you like my joke. It is raining. It has been raining all day today. But it's not like freezing rain like in the United States. It's the rain is, I don't know. I think it's nice, even though there is a lot of floods. A lot of flooding that's going on when you're traveling. Too much rain. You get the same things. Is over there in the States. You hear about all these inundations and stuff. Floods everywhere. You get mudslides, and you get highways tore up by too much water. That's always expected when it's raining. So this is the middle of the winter here. For in Honduras, just as it is in the States, except over here, it just rains a lot, and unfortunately, it's the rivers. There's two main rivers, and they always seem to overflow and cause a lot of damages everywhere. So, um, let's see. Man says it's like 6 degrees outside right now. Oh hell no, no. Over here it's. Let me see. I think I did. I change it. Let me see if I changed it to. I think I did change it back to Fahrenheit. So over here is about 75 degrees right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 75 degrees. I think it's almost the same temperature as Miami, I think. 25 degrees, 22 degrees in Tennessee, minus 15 in Michigan. That's crazy. Yeah, remind me, never move to Michigan. Uh, Good evening, Ms. Motelui. Um, let's see, six strings, minus 15. Wow. Okay, stop flexing, says Omar. I gotta flex that fake American passport. Apparently, it works. For all those haters, I don't understand this. People always come in hating, and I tell my brother over here, I was like, man, you know what they call me in the States? In my channel, they call me a coconut because I'm brown on the outside and white on the inside, they say. And then they call me a traitor and a sellout. And it was just crazy. My brother was sharing with our family here exactly what I say that is happening in the States. And so, you know, when he was a pastor as well, and he always told people, he's like, if you're gonna be in this country, don't commit crimes. If you get deported, that you are illegal and they can deport you. And no, you don't blame the government for that, and that's just how it is, and people knew that if they decided to be here, well, they're always gonna have that chance or that bad thing on their shoulder that they could get deported, and that's something that sometimes people don't think about, or they commit a crime and then they blame the police for enforcing the law. Let's see. I have a hamster named Coconut. I don't think it's the same kind of coconut. Let's see. Hey, Chris, how are you? Chris says, my name is Christopher from St. Petersburg in Florida. So I know he's got some good weather. Probably raining over there as well. Let's see. Robert is ready for the fireplace. Um, Shut the hell up. Gianmartello, the first thing you say when you come into somebody's chat, it's, hey, how are you? God bless you. Hope everybody's doing good. Now I can see where your comment was hidden. Let's see. So no more looking at your comments. I ended up getting the last laugh, says Terry Fleming. Let's see. Prince says hello. Hi, Prince. Rush Babe, how are you? It's 9 o'clock over here. I didn't text Trinity. Now I'm gonna lose my connection here really quick because I will have to text her. Give me reconnecting. Here we go. Okay. So we texted Trinity so she can get on here. Trinity is the light of the live. Hi, Mary. How are you? Welcome. Guarino says, fix your accent, and maybe the colt might accept you. Guarino, what a nasty nasty thing to say. You're messing up my accent even worse, especially right now that I'm tired. Let's see. Younger brother Omar, good to see you. Yes, Omar, always good to see you, little brother. Let's see. OPAC says, God bless you all. Thank you for saying hello. WW says, good to be here with my Patriot friends. Welcome, friend. Welcome, welcome. And Omar says, Dennis, fight. You know it. You know it, little brother. We got to keep it going. We got to keep it going. Just stopping by to say goodbye. Okay. Hi and goodbye. Good night, Montelui. Let's see. Dito's okay. Bye, Precious, says Tanya. Very nasty, Omar. Correct. All right, let me see what else we got. Eyes might get you if they hear you talk. Hmm. Well, let me tell you something. For all of you who said that my accent might have ice at my door, you're wrong. That's not how they deport people. When they come to a specific house, when they come looking at a business, they're looking for a specific person. And when they're coming over to a place, they're looking for a specific person that has a criminal record. Okay, and you guys have to understand that. So if you come into my live chat and you say I have an accent and the ICE might come and get me, well, first of all, I'm in Honduras, so ICE is not going to come and get me over here. Second of all, there is a lot of people, I guess, they look like me, they sound like me, but they're here illegally. So the least that I can do is collaborate, make sure that that I verify myself, I show my identification. And if they make it a law or some sort of a message from the president uh, to carry my passport, I will have no problem carrying my passport because I feel like, as an American citizen, it is my duty to make ICE's job easier. It's our duty to respond in a manner of, we're not going to obstruct justice. We're going to make sure that we follow the law. We're going to make sure that we become an example to others who are in this country so that they understand. You ever heard of leading by example? Well, I want to lead by example. If ICE comes to get me, uh, okay, you have an ID? Yes, sir. You have a license? Yes, sir. Well, here's my information. Yeah, are you American citizen? Yes, sir. Proud to be an American. You see, there's nothing hard to say. That is nothing hard about that. When they ask you if you're an American, there's nothing hard to say yes or no. But the problem is that there's all these agitators, all these people that, let's be honest, as I showed you guys on my live this morning, okay? On my live this morning, I show you that video from on my X account, right? And the Somali is doing this hearing, and he's talking about, oh, I saw ice coming, and the sidewalk, and then I started walking faster, and then they started walking faster, started chasing me, but I wasn't running. If they're chasing you, you are running. Okay, number one. But then he said something very clear and very, very key, I believe. And that was that he says, I hear people on the street. They're always blowing their whistles and they're honking their cars, and just, making all this noise. And he says, and my nerves just start blah, 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 and the anxiety kicks in. Well, let me tell you something. If you're going to blame somebody, don't blame ICE because ICE is not making that happen to him. It is the agitators. It is the paid protesters. It is the ones like the lady Good, like Renee Good, that go out there and try to obstruct justice. I we have different feelings. My brother is 100%. He thinks exactly like I do, but his wife doesn't. But she has a point. You have to understand something. These agitators, okay, number one, they are committing a felony by obstructing justice. Number one. And when they get handled, manhandled, thrown to the ground, and all this other stuff, they are breaking the law and they're going to be treated like a criminal. So my sister-in-law, she's more on the emotional part, right? So she gets very emotional about it. She says, that's what I don't agree with. The ICE is overstepping. They're doing this, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. I told my sister-in-law, hey, here, William, how are you? I told my sister, I said, look, I said, you have to understand something. Sometimes they will play just a clip where the ICE agent is hurting somebody, because they're resisting arrest. They're trying to put handcuffs. They're fighting, and they throw themselves to the ground. You see them. They bend their legs. They don't want to walk. They bend their legs so they have to carry them. And when they show you that clip of them being dragged, it looks bad against the ICE agent. We're not stupid, but many people out there get too emotional and they don't use critical thinking. They don't use rationalization. They don't use common sense. Okay, let's go ahead and dissect the situation here. What's going on? Well, here we go. Here's an ICE agent, comes up to a car, knocks on the window. Sir, can you roll the window down? ICE agent. Here we go. ICE police. You can see the badge. You can see the name. And they say, I need to see your identification. We're looking for somebody. There is nothing hard to say, well, I don't know who you're looking for, but this is me. And you know what? Let them do the investigation. Help them out. You will be a better citizen by doing that. I guarantee it. Let's see. You're a smart man. You're 100% correct, and I hope other people learn from you. Thank you, Wayne. I think you're a very smart man, my friend. Neil says, ICE was given the way to stop the war by me, so find out who is preventing 2011, 2016 safety plans and draft. That's too much, brother. You got to make it shorter, okay? Let's see. That's for Cindy. That's not for me. All right. So my sister-in-law, she is on the emotional part of it, and she doesn't agree with it because of the emotional part of it. But me and my brother, we're all more on the common sense of it. We are on the side of the law, and we are very well aware that everything that Trump is doing right now, Nayib Bukele from El Salvador has done. And the difference is that Nayib Bukele has been able to achieve success because the opposition were corrupt. But you know what he did different than we over here in the States? Well, over there in the States. They don't investigate all these criminals, all these crooks on the Democratic side and the Republican side. You know what he did? He actually said, I want everybody investigated, including me, he says, because he had nothing to hide. I want everybody, left or right, both political parties, to be investigated. And if anybody's found guilty of any treason or any kind of crime, they are gone. And then he included himself on that. And so just think about that. Salvador is one of the safest countries on the world. Used to be the number one, the worst country, number one in the world. And that made a change. And so my brother sees that change. I see that change. And we know that when people resist arrest, when people go and interfere with ICE, they are putting themselves in harm's way. ICE needs to do their job one way or another. Thank you for the hearts, guys. One way or another, ICE has to do their job. And if you don't support the law, if you don't support protecting this country, I'm not sure why you're in this country. I mean, what are you doing besides just, impeding, Aztec is in the house? It's been a while. It's been a while. They are doing the same thing in other countries right now. The immigration law needs to be enforced. Look at Poland, right? Everybody knows about Poland. They got zero bombing, no terrorism. Why? Well, number one, they don't accept Muslims in there. Apparently, they're smart enough to not accept Muslims. One of the things my brother said, he said, and I said this to you guys before. My brother says, and I asked him if you watch my channel because he says exactly the same things that I say. And he said, when people come from third world countries, even from here, from Honduras, if they live in a dirty neighborhood, if they live in an area where there is just poverty and there is no order, there's no discipline, they flee the country. But see, the country is not the problem. It's the people. And he says, and you will find out that when they go to the States, they all want to bunch up in the same area and they make that area dirty, ghetto, and they destroy it. Why? Because that is the way that they live in their third world country. And how many times have I told you guys on my channel that? Now this is coming from my brother, and I've said, okay, that's it. Do you watch my channel? I asked him. I said, do you watch my channel? because that's exactly what I say on my channel. I said, you're saying the same things that I say. And so, you know what the difference is, brother? Is that you and I respect the law. And we know that any type of consequences that happens to us if we break the law, it's our own doing. It's it's our responsibility. We have to be held accountable if we break the law. And I think that uh, I don't have to tell him anything. He knows. So I find that interesting. He doesn't watch YouTube like that. He likes to watch like traveling YouTubers, especially here that he is in Honduras. So tomorrow he's going to be with his in-laws. So that means I'm going to spend another day here by myself. I'll probably have somebody come pick me up so we can go out for lunch or something. But I'll try to do my live in the morning and kind of, get updated with everything that's going on. It seems like it's the same thing happening every day. And I mean, I think we got like 65,000 views this morning. I'm not sure. It's not that much, right? Because my last live that we did was 253,000 views, which is pretty decent. That's actually pretty good. But this morning, I had my live, and of course, the feed here from Honduras is going to be a lot different. Yeah. Let me see. Let me read a couple comments here. Brian says that's common sense. Absolutely, my friend. Zugvinder Oye has some white hearts for peace, I'm assuming. So Nick says, so you're staying in Honduras forever? Thank you. You're very welcome. But no, I got to go back to the States to fight morons like you. Welcome in El Salvador. Law and order knows no emotions. That's right, Rush Babe. It's common sense. Tanya says 65,000 is a lot more. A lot more is even better. That's true. That is true. He's coming back just to torture you. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, you beat me to it because I'm reading these comments too late. We should update their documents since they don't speak our language, then vice versa. Bam. Let's go, says Keel. Let's see. A lot of messages are being held for review. You guys are being nasty, aren't you? I'm not even going to look at them. I'm just going to leave them hidden. Kelly says, I love your common sense. Please keep it coming. Oh, thank you. Well, we are like in a drought. We're in a drought of common sense. Common sense is not so common anymore, they say. Trump is mad, sick in his head after the stroke. Okay, thank you, Monkey. I'm glad that you have monkey brains to give that opinion. Dude, come on. Will be okay. Nope. Nick, I gotta go over there and because I gotta come back so that you can lear something. Because so far the leering center has not taught you anything. So I gotta go over there so that you can lear something, okay? All right, you're welcome. I do it for free. Don't worry about it. Paul Salsi in the house already is smelling that transstefia, I am very sure. You're not coming into, I don't know, somebody deleted a comment and I'm going to leave it deleted. Had three of the highest annual trade deficits in the U.S. history. Is that right? What about the good ones? Three of the highest annual trade deficits, bro. Whew. That could be good depending on which side you're on. Transtifia Terminator in the house. Paul Salsi, hey brother, says Robert. Dennis, can you show us Honduras tomorrow? So, Mike, only members will get to see that, not subscribers, only members. But yes, I will try to go live tomorrow. Go walk around in a certain area here in Honduras so that you can see the streets. Hopefully, I don't get mugged and somebody steal my phone. I don't want to have to beat somebody up or get shot in the street. But I will gladly do it for you guys. Cool Cat Renee, welcome, my friend. And he says, please subscribe to the chat. Please tell your family and friends and loved ones to join the Dennis Herrera show. We must stop this evil blue governors. Man, that's true. That's true. My brother is only a resident, so he said 2 more years and he'll be a citizen, but he will be ready to vote for me on my second term as governor of Washington. So I guess my brother supports me being governor here in Washington State. Oh my gosh, guys, I am so freaking tired, man. I can't believe it. Oh, darling, you got that right. Common sense isn't common. It's rare, like you. Ah, thank you, Kayleen. You're such a sweetie. Thank you, Paul Salsi. I love you too, brother. I know my man in the house taking care of business. I appreciate it. And let's see. All right, let me hear. I'm going to go ahead and take some questions from you guys. Bro, what's wrong with your facial hair? Oh, man. You know, when you're half Indian, bro, you don't really have that much hair. And all the hair that comes out in the wrong parts of your body. Yeah, that's me, man. I'm trying to let this go as long as possible just so that I can go ahead and curl it back up and make it look like a nice thick beard like that. Also, letting the hair go long so that I can bring it forward and just kind of glue it so it looks like I have more hair in the front as well. That or I'll do some LASIK surgery somewhere for the hair. Let's see. Aztec says last map my ass off. All right, guys, you can go ahead and call. Let me see. What was the number? Did Trinity come in? Trinity hasn't come in, right? Okay, let me find out what the number here is. And depending on your carrier, phone calls are free. So here, let me. Oh man, I can't even type it on this phone. How do I put this? How do I put this number on? Here, let me try to. I don't know the number. Rush, babe, can you hear me? Can you get this number down? Phone number. It's 504-3248-9498. Put it in the chat so that I can pin it. They're not my walls, my friend. Hey, it's a room that I can stay in, and I'm okay. At least the bed sheets are clean. Everything else is clean, my friend. I don't have to be upset about that. Stay humble. Be grateful for the little things that you get, my friend. 504 I am very grateful. You see that? AC. That's all that matters. This right here, it's okay. What is it? It's part of the decorations that I put on. It's a fake backdrop. Oh man, that's funny. All right, I'll let you guys in. Call in. There we go. Dosito has it down. Let me go ahead and pin that number. All right, all you got to do is dial one and the number, and then you can call in and ask me a question. Anybody can call in. No worries. Now, if you block your number, I'm not going to pick it up. Just so you know. I used to take block calls, but then people start calling in and become really, really obnoxious. And when people call like that, I have to block them. Okay? That's right, man. I'm using my American passport to come all the way to Honduras. Isn't that great? For all the people that hated me and they kept saying that my passport is fake. They didn't believe that I'm an American. Jonate, you failed the Leering Center. Again, go back and leer some respect. You know it. ¿Qué pedo andes haciendo allá? I just came down here so that I can show people that my passport is legit. So when you see me back in the United States of America, you can see that I was accepted back into the United States of America. And if Trump doesn't want to accept me and wants to leave me here in Honduras, power to the people. I'm not gonna get mad. You're meeting with Juan Orlando, ¿verdad? Oh man, I wish. Actually, Juan Orlando is in the states, bro. He can't come to Honduras because they still have an order, an open court case here in Honduras. Yeah, the competition doesn't want him here, my friend. Not Honduras. You're from Nicaragua? Hell no, he's not a Nicaragua, bro. Nicaraguans are communists. Nicaraguans are horrible communists, bro. He's in Nicaragua? No way, dude. I'd be surprised if he is. I don't know why he would be there, to be honest. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Hernandez. Nope, he's not in Nicaragua. He's in West Virginia. West Virginia, bro, not Nicaragua. What the hell's wrong with you? Shut the hell up. I know it's backwards, but you still know what it means. Let's see who's calling in and see what kind of question you have here. Hey, thanks for calling.
Hello.
Who's calling?
Hey, Dennis.
¿Qué pasa?
Hey, listen, man. Hey, I'm the Nick that you just mentioned a few minutes ago on the chat. So I just have a question for you. So what are your thoughts on, like, today there was something that came out on the news
Uh
that apparently, and again, this is just what I read, that the reason why our president is so, like, adamant about Greenland is because he wasn't given the Nobel Peace Prize. First of all, did
Oh,
you hear
because of
that on the
the
news
Nobel
or
Peace
anything
Prize?
about that? Yeah,
Did
yeah.
Trump say that or what?
Listen. No, yeah. He sent. So apparently, this is how it went down. So for some reason, like the prime minister of Norway, which again, just so I hope you understand this and you know this, but the president has nothing to do with the government of Norway.
Uh-huh.
It just happens to be that in Norway is where they're where the organization that gives them out is from.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with government. But long story short, so there was some back and forth like texting between Finland, Norway, and the president. And so long story short, like he sent them a letter. Our president sent them a letter saying that something like this, like, okay, so I'm not gonna be inclined to think about peace anymore because I didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize. And I was like, what? Like, this is the whole reason why, like, this whole thing about Norway. So I just wanted to know what your thoughts were on that. Again, I'm not being petty. I'm just saying what came on the news. Like, everybody's covering this in the U.S. I mean, I don't know, like, how things are down there. But, yeah, I was like, why, like, is this real? Like, is this for real? Like, what is going on?
Are you saying like I missed it here because I don't see it on the news here, but
Okay. No, I'm serious. Like, it was on Fox. It was on I saw it on CNN too. Like, like all the news here, they're covering that. And I don't think they've been, being petty or anything, but like, I was like, I just had to myself, like, okay, no, I know, maybe we do things as a country, like, maybe sometimes it doesn't make sense for the world. Like, I was like, really? This is the reason why this whole thing blew up? Like, no, and again, this came from the White House with his signature. It was a letter that he sent to that. I forgot if it was the ambassador or the consul of Norway. But I was like, come on, like, we're almost at World War III for that? Like, so anyway, I just wanted to hear your thoughts on it.
Okay, I'll try to look it up and see if I can get anything on it.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Like, listen,
but you know what?
Videos I might see sometimes in the chat. I appreciate what you do. Like, I don't care. Look, I'm independent. I follow you on your chat, and I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Regardless,
thank you for being
here.
here.
I agree on much, but yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Really, that's what it's about, so brother. Yeah. That's what it's about, man. Be able to communicate.
So please, and I didn't mean what I said. Okay, so when you come back, yeah, I live in Vancouver.
Oh, see, but hey, if you dish it, you better be able to get it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to take it. If you dish it, you gotta take it.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that. I appreciate you.
Uh, thank you. That's why we should be okay. So please,
Yeah, man.
safe travels. Like I don't know much about Honduras. I mean, I have some relatives from there by in-laws, but regardless, I don't know much about your country. But I appreciate you.
Yeah.
But please be safe, and we'll see you when you come back.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you for calling. That's a
All
nice
right. Thank
call.
you.
All right. Be
You're
blessed,
welcome.
brother.
Bye.
Yeah, I kind of I think I might have seen some of it, and then just because of the way that it sounded, I just ignore it willingly. Um, but let me see if I can find that. Uh, Let me see. I got my laptop here. Let me see. Let's see if they have anything. Maybe this one right here. He's still bitter over the Nobel Peace Prize, blah, 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 something, blah, blah. Two world leaders. Donald Trump in a, what is it? Where's my sound? Uh, give sec, guys. Give me a sec.
Plus, I no longer feel an obligation to think purely of peace. Trump goes on to say Denmark can't protect Greenland from Russia or China, questioning Danish ownership, insisting the world is not secure unless we have complete and total control of Greenland. Protesting over the weekend, Greenlanders wore their own version of MAGA hats saying, "Make America go away." Still, the president refuses to rule out military force to seize the Danish-owned Arctic island. It's clear.
Okay. Well, hey, listen, that's a little bit out there. That's a little bit out there. I'm not gonna lie. Let me see. Give me a second here. I have a video that I want to share with you guys. Some of you guys have already seen this already, but let me see if I can go ahead and at least let me see. I think you can. Hold on. I gotta verify that I'm not a robot. All you gotta do is just click on the box and say I'm not a robot. All right, let me go to my Facebook homepage here, and let me see if I can find it. Okay. Now I will give you my input of what I think about Greenland. You will get that from me. You will get it. Come on, buddy. Where are you? I promise. I'll find the video. All right. You guys want to watch the video first? Okay.
Should you sell it? Well, you've got the alternative is they take it. So, I mean, no offense to your fine military. Okay, why don't we just have a quick game? I'm just going to ask a question. Hands up, who has a military where they can't even afford blanks, they've just got to say bang? Yeah, it's you, isn't it? It's fucking you. Bang. Yeah, Greenland's got... Well, you sold them the American Virgin Islands, right? You sold them that, and what'd you get for that? How much? 25 million. For the British Virgin Islands. Okay, who's the negotiating team? What? We didn't put the fucking autistic boy on the case, did we? What the... So it's when was this? Was it 100 years ago? Even fucking 25 million is... You had a holiday home and you fucking sold it. What, sorry?
You used to say taxes back then. There was a Trump back then.
There was a Trump back then. the same tactics?
The pressure to either sell it or they would take it.
Sell it or they would take it. Okay, well, fucking sell it. Have you learned nothing? You could militarize. Some people are anti-war, but if you're anti-war, you better get on board with being very pro-suppression. Fuck. How many people are there in Greenland?
57,000.
57,000. Yeah, give me a more accurate figure. Is your name Alexa? You're good at this.
So there you go. I know he's just a comedian, but he has a point, right? So I will say this. Greenland can be a strategic point, okay? By now, everything that President Donald Trump has done, okay? He has been the peacemaker. He has been trying to make deals with everybody, trying to have an advantage as a United States country being in strategic positions and in a more general position to be able to help other countries. You have to understand something, and I believe this wholeheartedly. The United States of America is still a Christian country. The United States of America helps the world more than any other country. That's just what I believe because that's what I've seen. Okay? More Christians, American Christians, have died than any other country Christians go into any other nations to help out. I can tell you that if we allow Europe, okay, if we allow Europe to be the defensive military in the world, well, I would just say go look and see what the Muslims have done to their country. Europe is down. Britain, England is being destroyed by foreigners. Look at Switzerland. Sweetland. That's Sweden. Man, I'm thinking in Spanish. I'm sorry, guys. Look at Sweden. Sweden has changed their way of viewing immigration. They have changed their laws. They have changed their rules. They have gotten more strict because their country is being destroyed from within. They don't know how to protect themselves, and you think they're going to protect Greenland? You think they're going to protect the United States? They're not going to protect us. See, we have to look out for our benefit. They're not going to fight for us. It's a lie. We are the ones that fight for us. And that's just how I think. It's just what I think. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you and just share with you again the best way for Greenlands to be happy, and that is to be part of the United States of America. Okay? I really believe that. They don't show you this, but there are some Greenlanders out there that complain about Denmark, about the Danes, because the Danes want Greenlanders to do something, and when they don't, they threaten to take their health care away. They threaten to take the help that they're giving them away if they don't comply. Sounds like the Democrats over here in the States, doesn't it? This is why I can't vote Democrat anymore. But on the other hand, we got islands like American Samoa. And I'm going to keep mentioning this because this is what I know personally. American Samoa has their own independence, but they honor the United States of America. They honor our country. And they have, where's the studio, man? And they have their own culture. They got their own food. They got their own language. And we love it. And we love it. But because they are part of the American territory, they get Social Security. They get free health care. They get all kinds of assistance. And we have our military presence in American Samoa, which actually gives American Samoa protection. And so, I never heard of the United States, threatening American Samoa. Hey, if you don't do this, hey, Saltwater, how are you? Welcome. If you don't do this, we're going to take away your health care. We don't do that. If you don't do this, we're going to take Social Security away. We don't threaten American Samoa. American Samoans, they're still free. They're still independent, but they are a territory for the United States of America. So it's a great thing. It's a great thing. Yes. Here, I pay $6,000 to go into the emergency room. In American Samoa, I pay $25. I think I would call that free. And they didn't bill me for the IV and anything else. So, yes, they do get free healthcare. So I'm giving you my experience. If you don't believe me, go over there and find out. And so I believe that, it's about the same population, 55, 57,000 people in Greenland and American Samoa. And I really truly believe that Greenland should be American. Why not? We already have a military presence there. I mean, they're being protected because we are there already. So why not finish making the change? Drop the Danes and accept the Americans. It's very simple. I think it's a win-win for Greenlanders. They get to stay Greenlanders. They get to keep their culture, whatever that is. I don't know what the hell they want with Greenland. I don't know why they want to live there in the first place. Like, they love the ice. I get it. Okay. But, to each his own. But regardless, they get to be Greenlanders. They don't become Americans. They will become nationals. They won't be able to vote on the elections. They would just be a territory. I don't agree with making it a state. It will be the shittiest state that we will ever acquire. It has to be just a territory. That's it. Very simple. I believe it's the best way. I think it's the best way. Let's be honest. NATO, United Nations, they're nothing without the United States of America. So I'm going to go back to the comment. Now, I'm not making excuses for President Trump, okay? The way that I heard it, that sounds very bad, actually, okay? But I'm going to try to tell you on what it makes sense to me. And this is something that people need to understand, that when you don't appreciate something, but you know what? Eventually, we're just going to go with whatever the hell you're calling us. For example, President Donald Trump has been brokering peace agreements within countries. 8, 9, 9.25. Right? I think 8.25, 9.25, because one guy's restarted. You guys heard the story, right, from President Trump. So he has brokered 8 peace deals in the country, into the whole world. And he was called all these names. And no, he never made a deal. He never did that. He never does this. He never cares. He hates people, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, okay, if you don't like Trump, I understand that. But let's not be naive, okay? Be honest. Be honest with yourself. And just say it like it is. President Donald Trump, he asked for the Nobel Peace Prize. He shouldn't have to ask. He shouldn't have to ask. He deserved it, okay? He went and made peace in the Middle East. Don't tell me that you are ignorant, that you don't know about that. Don't tell me that you are stupid enough to not know that the Prince of Qatar, the Saudi Prince, the Prince of the Emirates, and all these Arabs, don't tell me that you are ignorant, that you didn't realize that they only signed those deals and agreements because Trump was brokering them. So regardless of what you think about Trump, it is irrelevant. The fact is that people have stopped fighting because President Donald Trump. You got the Congo War, and who was the other country that we're fighting with? They came to the Oval Office, shook hands, and they even had a boring ass speech that was translated. It was punishing to my ears. It sucked. We sat through that freaking speech. It sucked. But they made the speech and they signed the paper. And we know because we witnessed it. And I'm talking about my whole channel. Everybody that was with me. Hundreds of thousands of people viewed this live. And we saw them making that deal. So if you're going to come in here with your leftist ideology and you don't remember or don't want to acknowledge these deals, that's on you. But we saw it. Bro, you're going to make me put my glasses on. Cutting Edge, how are you, brother? It's good to see you here, man. I was just talking good about you to another subscriber. I appreciate you having you here, bro. We make 62% of the GDP for NATO. That's what I'm talking about, baby. $968 billion. But have a soldier, weapons, planes, etc. there. If we get out there, they are effed up. Absolutely, my friend. Now, why is it that other people can't see that? Why is cutting edge see that and nobody else does? I don't understand. Now I know Keon is losing England. He's Britain. He's losing Britain, and so he has no room to speak about what we're doing. But I can tell you right now, I think that Greenland should be a territory for the United States of America. I really do. I think it's for the best interest for them. Like it's a win-win. We get the geopolitical location. We strengthen our military presence on there. We don't have to ask for permission. We just tell them, "Hey, we're coming," and they will just have the doors open for us to come in. That's what we want. We don't want other people to take advantage of them. If you guys didn't know, China has already tried to reach to Greenland. China has already tried to push loans, money loans. You know what happens when the people don't have money and they get a loan and they can't pay the loan? They come and get your assets. They come and take your land. They come and take your house. They come and take your car. They take anything of value that you have. And so China has been trying to put a lot of money into Greenland so that they can't pay it, and then they can come in and claim the territory as theirs. So I say, before anybody else tries to get it, just join us. You can stay Greenlander. You can still have your independence. You're going to get free health care. You're going to get Social Security. You're going to be a national. You don't need a passport to come to the United States of America. Well, actually, you do. But you don't need to get like a visa. You will be a national, almost like a citizen. The only thing that they won't do is trying to, you won't be able to vote. That's it. You don't get the privilege to vote. But you will not need to get a specific passport. You can travel with your passport, which would be American passport. Back and forth between Greenland, United States, and anywhere in the world. Well, some countries, I guess, they need a visa, but most likely you don't need it. And so I think that there is a lot of good things to come out of this deal. And again, I'm going to go back to Trump saying, all these things that, he doesn't care about the Nobel Peace Prize. It doesn't mean anything, apparently, because nobody sees that from the world. So guess what? Now he's tired of showing the world that he is the peacekeeper. And basically, what I understand that he's saying is, I don't give a shit if you want to see me as a Nobel Peace Prize winner or not. I got to do what I got to do to keep peace going in this world. And that's what I understand. Okay? That's what I understand. Now, anybody that lives in another country that is not better than the United States of America, my only advice to you is shut the hell up. And maybe you learn something from our strong government. My brother, I am surprised because I don't really talk to my brother about politics. I am so surprised. One of my older brothers says exactly what I say. And you have to understand something. I'm the last one in the family. I am the baby in the family. I know. I'll be 50 years old here in 5 more months. I'm counting. I can't wait to be 50. It's going to be amazing. But I'm going to tell you, I am the baby in the family. And when I tell my brother that I'm going to run for governor, the only thing he tells me, I'm only a resident, but if I was a citizen, I would vote for you, brother, because you have common sense. You have heart for the people. He says, you're honest. Anybody that knows me personally, they know that about me. And I know a lot of you on the chat. I know Dosito knows me a little bit better from being in my chat. But I know Brian. I've spoken with Brian, with Robert, Trinity. I know that you guys know that I'm honest and I'm always me. And do I make mistakes? Sure. Am I going to say everything right? No. It's never. But I'm going to point something out to you. Nobody in the history of American history has ever expected 100% out of any president. And President Donald Trump has been doing everything correctly. We've seen the results. Is the economy the way we want it? It's getting there. Is affordability? It's getting there, even with all the atrocities that Democrats have committed in the last few years that they have been in administration. Even after the disaster of the open border, we are still making strides. We are nobody, no other president in history since we got rid of manufacturing to leave the country to go to China and other countries. Nobody, since we allowed that to happen, has tried to bring them back. Everybody says we don't give a crap about the local economy. We don't care about thousands and hundreds of thousands of jobs leaving the United States of America because we're going into a global economy. We are going to be importing all kinds of cheap hats from China, from India. We're going to go ahead and bring some laptops that are copycat from an actual laptop. You know, they're going to be bringing phones that cost $10 to build because they use slavery and all this other stuff. And you know what? A lot of businesses make a lot of money, but why? How is that a benefit when the country is still going trillions and trillions of dollars into debt? How does that help? Think about this. People complain and they say that, oh my God, the businesses are suffering because of tariffs and who pays it? Oh, the consumer. No, they will pay it because they want to pay it. They are not forced to pay it. If a company does not want to give a fair price, they will go out of business. But let me tell you something. What do you prefer to have in this country? To have some businesses be successful and lose trillions of dollars out of our economy? Or actually have some of those businesses go out of business as they don't want to comply and actually have hundreds of billions of dollars coming back in instead of being lost? I think the answer is very simple. There is a guy, one of my subscribers, and he actually became a member. His name is Richard Collins, and you guys may have known him already from the chats. But Richard Collins actually called me in one day, and he told me that tariffs was actually affecting his business. And this guy, Richard Collins, is such a smart, very wise man that he says, but you know what, Dennis? I didn't give up. I had to adapt. And I wanted to keep my business. I had to adapt. So you know what? He did something different. And he's doing something with winery. I can't remember the exact product, but what I can tell you is that he didn't make an excuse when the president needed to do those things. He said, you know what? I got to do something different. He adjusted and he's being very successful. I can tell you that. So for all of you guys that prefer to say, oh, you want to make some money, but the country is going to lose the economy, that is a very selfish reason to be in business. If you can't do business with what you have at hand, that means you can't do business and you need to find something else to do. If you don't want to support your local economy, you are not helping this country. And if you're not helping this country, then what the hell are you here for? Go live in Denmark. Go live in Greenland if you're supporting it. If you're defending Greenland, go live there. Go give them your money. Go give them free health care. Go be like the Danes that keep threatening to take their health care and their benefits if they don't do what they say. You see the difference? We are the United States of America, and we will actually take care of them. Not be like the Danes. They only have them there for benefit. Sovereignty done mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing. It don't mean anything. If you don't have the weapons to defend yourself, take Maduro, for example, a dictator. We got him out. Well, of course, thank you for the super, bro. But of course, Nicolas Maduro actually had an warrant for his arrest, and he was indicted. So he had to be brought in. Greenland is hella cold. I don't think I want to be in Greenland. Now, why is it? Yeah, why is it that Iceland is very green, but Greenland is actually very icy? So I think the comedian said this, and I think that it was hella funny because he said, "What kind of an idiot will fall for this trap? Instead of getting Greenland, they get Iceland, and instead of getting Iceland, they get Greenland." It makes sense. It makes sense to me. Okay, so there you go. That's what I'm at. Let's see. Man, I need my glasses. What the hell are my glasses? Hold on, guys. It's time for old men. It's time for old men time. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's only when it's really close to my face. Oh, man. High definition. I love this. I didn't know my screen was this great. Damn, blacks look very black. The white looks very white. The letters look phenomenal. It's fantastic. Super Saiyan says that's why the public should be allowed to own nuclear. Hell no, Super Saiyan. I think no, 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 no. Leave that for Dragon Ball Z. Don't bring that in here. By the way, you guys haven't noticed, but if you look at my members, my actual members, not just the mods, but my actual members, those little emojis, they're so freaking small. But those emojis are actually Dragon Ball Z characters. Okay? And let me see if I can find the difference. So if you have been with me the longest, uh, you would have Goku Super Saiyan times 10, I think it was, or times 20. I don't remember which level he was, but he has the blonde hair, but it's the very long blue spiky hair. Okay, so it depends on how many months you have been a member. So Burning 47 is got Gohan, right? The Goku's son, and then there is the regular Goku, and then there is a Super Saiyan Goku, and then there is a super Saiyan Goku. I don't know what level it is. All I know is that I just do it for fun, okay? It's no big deal. All right, lame Jesus. Oh, come on, bro. Really? Lame Jesus. Let's say it. Lame Jesus. Keon says, cut taxes for the rich. So, why do you have a problem with cutting taxes to the rich? Let me tell you what's happening here in Washington State. And if you're in Washington State, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, snap. Speaking of the devil, I didn't know he was in here, but check that out. Richard Collins just upgraded to above and beyond. Thank you, Richard, for your support. And if you didn't hear anything I said, I mentioned, because I don't remember the kind of business you do. Plus, I don't know if you want me to say everything, but I mentioned that you actually adjusted to what you know to your business because of tariffs doing something to your business, and then you actually came out with something different to go on. So it's fantastic. Bernie, the big boss in the house. I don't have music to play for you, bro. I am already in Honduras trying to recharge batteries so that we can do this hardcore campaigning starting somewhere in May. I do know that the time to put in your name in the ballot, it's the first week of May, but I believe it's for 2028. And you know what? This governor that we have here in Washington, man, he is just screwing things more and more and more, and they just don't care about the people. Rush Babe knows what I'm talking about because she's here in Washington State as well. So man, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm very thankful to God for one thing. Um, I get I get I get better. The more pressure I get, the better that I perform. That's just how it is. But okay, let me go ahead and give you guys some time here since you guys we don't take EBT cards, so no super chats from EBT cards. You got to have a real job and put some real money on there. All right, Keon says tax the rich, give healthcare to the poor. What are you, Robin Hood? Release the Epstein files, help the working class afford their lives. Well, first of all, here we go. I'm gonna tell you something. All right, the Epstein files, you guys give that up, please. But let me tell you something. I know you want that. I know you want to give healthcare to the poor. Okay, all right, I'm good with that. I know you want to help the working class afford their lives. So what you're saying is F the poor class, right? That's what you're saying. You see how things can be taken out. So you want the middle class to be taken care of, but nobody gives a shit about the poor being able to afford rent. I find that very interesting, don't you? All right. If you really want those things to happen, first of all, you would be on our side. You will be fighting for illegals to be deported. You would be fighting for the borders to be protected. You will be fighting for not allowing religions that can cause harm to our country. If you wanted affordability to be good, you get rid of the overage of people in every city and state. You have to understand something. Every city has a limit of how many people they can support. And when you have way too many people coming into your city and state, and many big corporations to have thousands of jobs available for all these people, you are causing a problem. And you will never get free healthcare for the poor. You will never be able to get affordable living for poor or middle class. The way that you think on the leftist side is not going to make it happen. Do you understand that? You can't buy your cake, you have your party and eat the cake too. You just can't do. You got to share it. You got to share it with everybody. You can't just buy your cake for your birthday and eat it by yourself. That's not how it works. Okay? Now I want to say this. You think that that's the smart way of thinking, but that's because you're a socialist. And what you don't understand is that the new socialist is actually socialist, communist, Marxist. The old socialist, which was bad in the first place, doesn't exist. The new socialism includes communism and Marxism. So if you think that taxing the rich is the solution to the problem, let me tell you, it's not. The problem is not getting more taxes from the rich. The problem is that your socialist people are actually getting rid of jobs, and they're taking away the incentive of making money by giving them free stuff, which we all know is never free. Somebody has to pay for it. So no, Robin Hood, we are not going to do that. I need the rich people to get tax cuts so that they can stay rich and they can continue to provide thousands of jobs for people. Microsoft provides hundreds of thousands of dollars in tax, billions actually, billions of dollars in taxes. Bezos actually left. He left Washington, and he's taken over $1 billion in taxes and taken it to Florida from Washington. So yes, we need to give tax cuts to businesses, to rich people, so that they continue to afford to have those employees at a good paying rate. See, Democrats, they think that they can just have illegal immigrants, and then a lot of businesses, I know the shady businesses, you guys like to pay people under the table so you don't have to pay for benefits. You don't have to give them health care. You don't have to provide any type of L&I or unemployment insurance. That is the easiest way to do business and make money, to hire people that are illegal. This is another form of slavery. But you know, when they pay a fair wage, they have to make more money. And if the government is taking too many taxes off of them, they're taking all of their benefits. What are we doing here? More and more people. Oh, well, I'm glad you started your own business. You're going to see what I'm talking about. Wait until you start hiring people. You're going to come back in here and be like, Dennis, God damn, bro, you were right. You were right. I am screwed. I need 3 employees and I can't have them. You know what I'm saying? So, but the difference here, Aztec, is they get benefits. They get health care. They can pay an affordable health care insurance. They get a 401k. They get benefits. And that's the problem, my friend. Anybody that has been a business owner or is a business owner will agree with me. Oh, Trinity in the house? Let me see. Where my sister at? Ah, there she is, my lovely. God bless you. Good to see you in here. She probably passed out. Didn't get my message until just now. Oh, no. Are you serious? I'm sorry, sis. Everything okay? Son of a bitch. I wonder if it was an illegal or an American. That's horrible. I apologize about that. That's just wrong. I apologize about that. Anyway, I think that it sounds great that you're starting your own business. Listen, honestly, I wish you the best. I pray that God prospers you. I pray, Keon, this is for you. I pray that God gives you the wisdom and the means to be able to carry that business and multiply your blessings so that you can multiply those blessings for those who also need blessings in their life. Okay? Forgive my English, and I know I've been in the States for decades and decades, but there's some things that I just can't change, and that's I never think in English. I'm always thinking in Spanish, so translating it almost immediately. It's very hard to keep all the words, good for you guys. Okay, so ignore that. Um, I think it's going to make America great, bro. And as I said, Keon, it's a good thing for Greenland. It's not like we're a shitty ass country. Greenland should be happy that America is interested or joining with them of trying to acquire Greenland. They should be excited that they're going to be territory of the United States of America. They're not going to lose their what the hell kind of culture the Greenlanders have? There's nothing up there. Just ride a sled and canoe and that's it. There's nothing else. There's nothing exciting about Greenland, is there? So I think that Greenland can benefit a lot more than we can. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, shit, I don't really care about Greenland. Okay. But, if they become part of the United States of America, they will be taken care of better than the Danes can take care of them. I can guarantee you that. All right, let's see. What else we got in here? Super Saiyan said he's still American by blood, just like whites are Europeans by blood. Did you guys know that President Donald Trump is the only white man that has never owned slaves in his family? Interesting point. Let's go. All right, let's see. What else we got? All right, guys. I guess that's it, huh? Nothing else? Juka tries says, Dennis, why don't you go look up what the citizens get from their government? Well, which ones? which which citizens? Which citizens? Let's see. Let's take a look and see. I know they get free health care. Let's see what else they get. Let's take a look. Let's research here. What benefits does Denmark give Greenlanders? Here we go. Greenlanders. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I'll tell you what. If the United States pulls out of NATO, we can have way more money in our economy and we can give Greenlanders a lot more money than Denmark. How about that? How about we just get rid of NATO? How about we just disappear and then just let them do their own thing and then give us our money back? How's that? What else do you have to say on there? It doesn't matter if Trump cares. If it is the right choice, I am going to support it. Yep, NATO crooks. There you go. Maritime agrees. All right, so Denmark provides Greenland with substantial financial support, primarily through large annual block grants around Denmark's $3.9 billion, or look at this shit. Look at the coin. 3.9 billion Denmark money, or 600 million pounds. I think that's I'm probably reading it wrong. Let's see, that fund half of its public budget, covering healthcare, education, and infrastructure, along with additional investments in projects like new runways and ports, supporting Greenland's welfare system and path towards greater self-sufficiency within the Kingdom of Denmark. In fact, Denmark doesn't have a kingdom anymore, man. That's a joke. Denmark doesn't have a kingdom, man. These people are still living in medieval times. They're still living in medieval times. All right, here we go. You asked. Well, I'm giving it. I'm giving it to you. You asked. Financial subsidies. The core benefit is the annual block grant, funding essential public services like healthcare, including patient treatment in Denmark, education, and social security. See, that's what I said that they will get with America, but better. Healthcare. Denmark funds Greenland's welfare system and covers costs for specialized treatments at Danish hospitals. They can do that in the States. Infrastructure investment. Recent agreements include Danish funding for major infrastructure projects, such as new runways, blah, 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 deep water ports to improve connectivity. Economic support subsidies help maintain air routes and support private businesses, underpinning Greenland's economy, which is heavily reliant on fishing and natural resources. While Greenland has self-rule, Denmark retains control over defense. Denmark retains control over defense and foreign policy, providing security and international representation. Get the hell out of here, bro. You're going to tell me that you're going to choose Denmark over the United States of America. Denmark, who has the military of what, 45th rank military in the world, and the United States has the number one rank in the world. You're going to tell me we have the best economy than actual over Denmark? We got more presence. We got more power. We got more benefits for Greenlanders than Denmark can ever give them. So what the hell are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Huh? What are we talking about here? Somebody tell me. Somebody convince me that we are wrong about Greenland. Whew. Let's see. Oscar Guzman. Canada and a lot more people have agreements. We don't have any more allies. We don't piss me off. We don't want to go to war with Canada and France. Bro, Canada ain't shit. Let me tell you that right now. Canada is not shit against the United States military, okay? There's nothing they can do about it. France, please. They have enough Muslims over there in Canada and France to destroy themselves. We don't need to attack them. The Muslims will destroy them. Don't worry about it. We don't have to worry about that. Let's see. 23 B Rad. Hey Rad. Hello. God bless the truth. Thank you, Rad. David, I'm afraid Omar is fixing to come in here. Well, if you're talking about Omar Guzman, no, that's Oscar, not Omar. Oscar Guzman. That's a Filipino name or Mexican, one or the other. Tanya, she's hot, so it's fine on his own. No, they're dependent on Denmark right now, but I think they'll be better off with the United States of America. Rush Babe says, Dennis, that's why Russia and China are using them. Of course. You know what I find interesting is that Denmark says that there is no activity from China at all. Let me tell you, that's how flawed their defense and political international representation is. You know why? Because they don't mention that China has been trying to make these people take money so that they become in debt and then they can pay it back and then they will go ahead and try to give their land away for free, so to speak. I don't know, man. My brain can only go so far. It's very late. Um, let's see. Burning, Texas is 3.3 times bigger than the UK. It's a small, tiny island. They are in big trouble. The UK, and they're in shit in the UK, to be honest. I don't know what this United Kingdom is a bunch of rocks and some valleys. That's it. I don't see anything good in their countries. Let's see, Kian. Putting more money into corporations trickles down to the rest of the economy in the form of more jobs and more spending. You need to read an economics book, my dude. Thank you, Riggs. I hope that what I said was right as well. I just don't understand these people, man. They just say tax the rich, but they don't understand what they're saying. These Robin Hoods of today, they don't get it. They don't get it. Stop taxing the shit out of people, and everybody can afford to pay for everything. We pay almost over $1 in gas a gallon, with 70 something cents in taxes. But we pay over $1 per gallon of gasoline because of all the taxes for doing business, how much money they sell quarterly. Once they reach a certain bracket, they get another tax and this and that. And all that just goes to the consumer. We have to pay for it. The poor people got to pay for it. The middle class had to pay for it. The rich people got to pay for it, but they're the ones over there making businesses jobs for other people. It's like these people don't get it. Why is it that President Donald Trump is trying to get rid of federal taxes for American citizens? And Democrats, all they can think is, I want to add taxes to the American people. Why is that? Why is it that President Donald Trump is trying to remove the poor class from paying taxes, but Democrats increase property taxes for people that are on fixed incomes? Why are Democrats always trying to take more and more money? And I'm going to tell you, it's because Democrats are poor people trying to live like rich people. When rich people actually sometimes they have to live like poor people in order for them to acquire their wealth. And when they get to a certain level, well, then, hey, by all means, go spoil yourself. I don't have a problem with that. All right. Let's see. Let me see if I have another comment in here. Wait till the midterms. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I am concerned about the midterms right now. I am concerned because as much as I support President Donald Trump, I have noticed that there's a lot more retards in the United States of America, and it's funny. I like how people like to challenge me on this economic thing because they say I got a master's degrees in economics. Man, you know what? Shut the hell up. If you pay attention to what happened in Venezuela, you know what I'm talking about. If you pay attention to what happened in Canada, you know what I'm talking about. We don't need to have a master's degrees or a doctorate in economics and all this other bull crap. All you need is common sense, just critical thinking. That's all you need. Economies are going to be better than me when? With numbers, at doing math. That's about it. But when it comes to making sense on how economy should work and how the economy can get better, they're not any better than I am. They're not any better than you guys are using common sense. I just don't understand why people think, oh, you need a degree to say that. No, you don't. You got life experience. You see it happening all the time. Have you not learned anything? Have you not learned anything from the systems that we work? Why the Trump administration is sending money to Israel instead of helping us. You know what I find interesting? That people keep saying that shit. They keep sending money to Israel. You know what? Money is being sent where it needs to be sent, which is different than sending money where it doesn't need to be sent. We are getting into. We are working with Israel. We're working with other countries, but you guys don't say anything about the fraud with the Somalis. Why is that? I find that interesting. Everybody brings up all this money going to Argentina, going here, going there, but nobody on the left side ever comes in here and says, I am so freaking pissed because the Democrats have been sending billions of dollars to a pirate country. Nobody says that on the left. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, I tell you what. I'm going to go live tomorrow morning. I'm going to try to, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do right now. Maybe I'm going to try to put in the first piece of my video together from the plane ride and then coming down here to Honduras. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll just watch a movie and try to unplug, try to enjoy this vacation a little bit. And I will see you guys in the morning. Hope you guys can make it. It's a total pain in the ass to use my laptop to do the presentations for videos, but I think today wasn't too bad. I think that you guys were able to see it, right? And so I think we can just continue to do that. Just a heads up, just so you know. Yep, ice, baby. While I'm here in Honduras, I won't be out. I can't promise you guys lives morning and afternoon, okay? Because I am talking with a lot of family, visiting different areas. Internet might not be good here and there. I mean, I can't promise you, okay? But I still want to say thank you guys for coming into my channel. Thank you for doing the super chats. You guys bless me. This is what I do for a living. This is my income. So I thank you guys for coming in here and being entertained a little bit. Come in here and have some arguments and maybe listen to some common sense that maybe you haven't thought about, and that's it. That's all I can ask for. Thank you guys for your love and support. Let's see, Trinity, thank you for being here. Tanya, Raj Babe, much love to you guys. Robert, Brian, my man. Who am I missing? Omar, who else? Jeff. I know I'm missing somebody in here. Brock, thank you for your question. Even though we don't agree. Rad, thank you so much. Burning 47, there it is. I want to make sure I mention you guys in here, okay? So to all of my members, Richard Collins actually upgraded to to plus level. He's in the middle level. Saltwater was here for a little bit, I think. So thanks, Saltwater, for coming in. Saltwater and Trinity are my only two superstar members. So I appreciate you guys for the sacrifice, for that love and support. Thank you so much. You know what? I don't have my. Let me see. What do we have here? Let me see. I think I have something here. Let's see. There you go. Get a little dance before they go to the night. I'll see you in the morning, y'all. Just so you guys know, the room they gave me was actually their storage room. It is a bedroom, but they don't use it. They use it for storage. But I'm very grateful. It has AC, got a nice clean bed sheets. I'm very thankful for every little thing that I get in life. You all be blessed.